So we're here at AIMST. I'm here with Ryan Legg. Ryan, tell me about Iconics.
Iconics is the software company. We focus on factory automation applications, process automation, building automation, basically helping our customers become more efficient and productive through the platforms that we deploy. We've been doing this for almost 4 decades now. So I'm going to date myself here, but I've been around since going back to the MS-DOS days and from a software standpoint. So 4 decades is a long time in the software industry. It's a really, really long time. And we are now actually a group company of Mitsubishi Electric as well. That's happened just recently over the last few years ago.
Very cool. So I know that you guys sort of uniquely sit at the crossroads of IT and OT. We've been talking a lot about OT on the show today and various other interviews. As a reminder for listeners, operational technology. So this is distinctly, it might sound often at odds with IT in terms of priorities and so forth. What does that look like from you guys' perspective?
We're right in the center of that. Our platform and our organization really help organizations bring those two worlds together. So our platform is going to allow our clients to collect data from their various, whether it's manufacturing assets, building assets, whatever the application may be able to visualize that on any glass, whether it's at a desktop, a mobile device, a tablet, whatever it may be, and run various analytics on that as well to help them become more productive and efficient. So that's kind of how we're helping the OT and IT worlds come together there.
Some of the other guests we've had on the show have talked about the friction between those two worlds. They mean this more in the sense of, we had a young lady on before. She was talking about her role actually required she sit between those two worlds and play traffic cop, police officer. With you guys, it's a platform. Maybe emotions are removed from this. Are there friction points on the technology side, not the people side, but you sit at this crossroads? What challenges exist for you guys there?
I would say, in my experience, the challenges are more of the culture, organizations between OT and IT. There's really no technological barriers anymore. The only barriers are self-imposed. We have a policy, we can't do this for this security reason or whatever that reason may be. So really, the challenge is simply getting OT and IT closer together. Get them, in the organization, get them talking with each other, understanding each other's needs. And from there, companies, it's incredible what they can realize on the benefits when they really bring them together.
One of the things we've been hearing today is understanding each other's needs, while helpful, still leaves this gulf of KPIs and goals that are very different from each other. You got the IT side of the house really thinking about security, right, very comfortable with downtime if it enhances security. OT, total opposite. We want uptime. The factory must never come down. That's a revenue generator. And I hear you saying, the technology doesn't really care about that. This is a people-driven issue. Is this something that you guys see in client engagements and so forth, needing to bridge those two worlds?
Absolutely. And, the companies that are doing it are the ones that are going to survive and thrive moving forward. Because they will have a competitive advantage on those that are not doing this. So companies need to, and really what I've seen as a helpful driver that is just buy-in throughout the organization. You first need to have the leadership level, driving that this is an initiative. So you have that high leadership level, driven initiatives that are over both of the OT and IT organizations. You can imagine that's going to help grease a lot of wheels, solve a lot of those challenges within the organization, right? But also important, on the other end of the scale, you need to have buy-in from the lower level, in the organization too, right? You need to make sure they feel part of the process and that it's going to help them and not hurt them in any type of negative way. And, you're going to get a lot more support from them at that time then too.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you mentioned that you guys had recently joined the Mitsubishi family. This is a big family that you've joined. I think it's a family that you guys know well. Talk about the future. Well, what do you see this as 23 rolls into 24? How is this going to affect Iconics and you guys' products and worldview, et cetera?
Well, Mitsubishi Electric is, well-known, very large, well-respected organization. Many different divisions within. We probably work most closely with what they call their factory automation division. And with there's so many synergies between the solutions that they are offering and the solutions that Iconics offers. And this is where we really see the direction of our company going. For example, they're known for being a very strong hardware-oriented organization, supplying solutions like, PLC controllers, drives, motors, robotics, things like that, to support the factory automation base. And then we are like the software center of competence, basically for that organization. So they work very well in conjunction with each other. Our platform has always been very open. We still support all different, manufacturers, controllers that we're able to connect with. But at the same time, we're seeing some more synergies being developed technically between our two platforms to enable better connectivity with each other.
Makes sense. Ryan Legg, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.